Hello everyone, Nev here, and today I'm doing another installment of my tarot myth making. And this is it's a tag that I started, but like I'm the only one doing it so far. So I don't know. Maybe it's not a really fun, interesting tag or whatever, but I don't know. It's kind of fun to me. And so tarot myth making. If you haven't watched the first video, it was this idea that I had of coming up with some sort of mythological character, like a deity of some sort, like from a tale or a legend, mythology, something like that. But I think of it more in the sense of kind of coming up with this divine being and then using tarot to come up with all of the aspects of that divine being. So I decided to use one of the spreads that I used in the previous video, the storyline that maybe I was drawn to a bit more, because I did two in the first video. And this was using the Cosmic Slumber Tarot. For the location of this deity, it was the sun. So possibly some sort of warm climate, something like that. And then there's the character traits, was the hanged one. That this deck calls it the hanged one, not the hangman. Let's see if I can focus there. Yeah. So, and then it's family or lineage, and I got the King of Torches, which kind of fit in with this whole sun idea. So it's kind of a family of fire deities or something like that. And I will really try not to say something like that so often. It's like, I don't know. It just comes out of my mouth, and I know I've said it twice now already, and I'm not even like 3 minutes into this. Anyway, so the next one was oh no, this was the challenges. The challenges was the King of Torches. So I interpreted that as possibly some sort of other person in this deity's life that they're in conflict with, and since it's King of Torches, and this deity is potentially from of the sun or in a hotter climate or something, it's possibly in a family. So King of Torches, I wanted to pay attention to that as its challenge. Now its abilities, this deity strives well when receiving offerings. And the more I thought about this story, the more I was really connecting these two cards here. So this deity feels very left out from their family, or not quite like they fit in, or they're stuck where in a realm or something where they don't feel as connected. And with its abilities being the Ace of Pentacles, I sort of interpreted that as what really lifts this deity's spirits is getting that attention, getting that admiration, getting that recognition. I think that's the word I was really looking for, recognition. And so I like this for the Ace of Pentacles, or for the Ace of Pentacles for its abilities, because I feel like it strives well when it's being recognized, and when offerings are made to this deity. And this may be a deity that it's a bit Six of Pentacles-y, where it bestows offerings for those that bring offerings. I don't know, something like that. I'm really not sure, because I'm still kind of working out this story here. And then this card was the card for the deity's family or lineage, was really connected with the sun and the King of Torches here, because that's what sealed the deal for me, that this was a family of fire deities. Yeah, and then its goals. Either the goals of the deity or the goals of its adherents. But with this, getting the King of Cups, I felt like this was the goal of this deity. And I'm really connecting this deity to the Hanged One here. I'm kind of using the Hanged One or the Hangman as the significator card in a way for this deity here. But with the King of Cups, I interpreted that in a few different ways. One, we could read it as this deity is, because the King of Cups is very different than all this fire energy here, you know? So maybe this deity wants to go a completely different direction. Maybe there's this family or this culture is very much a warrior culture. And I mean, we see that with the fire energy here. And who knows, maybe. And then the other way I was sort of reading this card because of the how it's depicted, this King of Cups here. He's very leisurely, very relaxed, and just like, you know, this deity's family is so much fire, passionate energy that I feel like maybe this deity does better in a more of a sort of Dionysus or Bacchus kind of role here, you know, really tapping into the leisureliness of this character and the cups and all of that. So, I mean, there's a lot of different ways I can go in this. So this episode, I'm going to leave this reading out, and I'm going to use a different deck. And I am actually going to go through and pull some cards to sort of understand this deity's family. And I might also pull a few cards to come up with some names, because I wrote down, I wrote down the reading right here, but I was thinking I might jot down some name ideas for this deity and its family, because I feel like there's a lot of family issues or family energy here, like with this family of deities here, these fire, possibly warrior deities. So I pulled out a different tarot deck, and I pulled out one of my new ones, and I'm going to adjust my camera here. There we go. That's a little better. So this is one of my brand new decks. This is the Zeke's Arcana, and I mean, it does look pretty cool with the Cosmic Slumber. I think it does anyway. So I pulled this out just for fun, and you know, it's got kind of this otherworldly vibe to it that I think lends itself well to this sort of experimental reading here. But yeah, so and I also separated out the cards. So these are all the minors, besides the court cards. Then I have all the court cards here in this pile, and I have all of the major arcana cards in here. And I really didn't prepare for this video much at all, except to very quickly rewatch my old video, the first one, and then separate out the cards and pull out the previous reading. so this is a bit of an experiment for me as well, and I may even grab another deck. So what I think I'm going to do, I am going to pull 3 character cards, and I'm going to pull them from the court deck, from the court cards. And they are going to represent 3 energies, 3 other, potentially other deities, 3 important entities in this deity's life. So I'm going to pull 3 court cards for that. And then what I think I'm going to do, and again, I am really making this up as I go along. So I feel like, gosh, I want to do something where we have a minor and a major, and I'm not quite sure what they will represent. So I'm going to pause this real quick and just think for a moment and see what I can come up with. Okay, so I have this figured out, and I'll get to this in a moment. But before I get to this deity's family members, I want to name this deity. And I am really not sure how to go about this. So I am making this up on the fly, but I grabbed one of my Lenormand decks. And this is my deck, actually. This is the one that I handmade myself. And I do have versions of this on Make Playing Cards if you're interested. I've never actually bought the ones from Make Playing Cards though, so I don't know if they're not, if I should redo, like I should really buy my deck from Make Playing Cards to see if there's anything actually wrong with the, to see if it turned out. But anyway, I have the actual one that I made. Like this is from Bristol board, and Bristol board is what I did the artwork on, and then I backed it with some contact paper, basically. So so yeah, and they're, I don't know, like 2.5 by 3.5. I don't know. They're actually a little large for me anyway, for Lenormand decks. I kind of like my Lenormand decks to be quite small. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have you guys help me out, if like my 5 followers that sometimes watch these videos. So I'm going to pull a 3-card reading, and ooh, you know what? Maybe I'll do a 2-card, because I normally do a 3-card with Lenormand, but I think that for this, let's do 2 cards. A 2-card reading, and this will be this deity's name. And based on what I pull, I kind of want to see what you guys come up with down below. So for the main deity, the one we are doing all this for, what is their name? And I have the sun. Oh, wow. And the heart. Oh, my gosh. Wow. Wow. I don't have a lot of words for that. That's really, really sweet. I'm going to have some of my kombucha. And, like, so fitting. I mean, seriously. So, based on the sun and the heart, come up with the name. I want to see what you guys come up with. So this deity's name has something to do with the sun and the heart. Of course, we can look into what that means for Lenormand. The sun is like the happiest card in the deck. It really is. It's illuminating. There is a sort of bringing knowledge, but not really. It's more things coming to light as far as illumination goes. But it's generally, like, it's honestly the most positive card in the deck. And then we have the heart, which is, you know, about a lot of that caring and, you know, consideration, and the heart. I mean, these 2 cards in Lenormand are pretty straightforward. And I love that we got the sun, because, I mean, this whole deity's thing is about the sun. So, yeah. All right, so sun and heart. Come up with some names down below. And, yeah, and maybe by the next video, if I have enough people who respond, because I don't know if you guys actually do, but if there's enough people that respond, then I will pick a name and use that in future videos if I have more. You know, I still haven't decided, but here we go. All right, so the first family member of the sun heart deity here. So I am keeping in mind and watching out for the King of Wands, because that was the challenge card for the sun heart here. Yeah, so the challenge card was the King of Wands. So I am paying attention to if that card pulls up in this reading. So we have the Queen of Swords. All right, and we are talking about, we're starting off with this deity's parents. So I am actually, and I was going for father first, or father type figure, and so it doesn't matter that I got a queen card for a male character. I could pull any of these for any family member, regardless of potential gender. But yeah, so I am getting the Queen of Swords for the father figure for the for this deity, for the Hanged One here. So in general, this deity's father figure is someone who is sharp with their words, sharp with his words, and speaks truth, whether people like it or not, and it is maybe even a little too blunt. But you can always count on his father for speaking the truth. So that's good. All right. So right here, we're going to have what this deity's father's realm that he rules over. And I'm using the Major Arcana for this, and I'm just going to do some overhand shuffling here, just loosely. All right. So what is the father of the hanged one here, and what does he reside over? I just realized that I had grabbed the big pile for the other card, so I set that aside real quick, and I pulled the actual major arcana cards. So the realm that the father deity here resides over. He is the stars. Oh, so the star. I mean, that is like, he's not the sun. And I find that very interesting. So he's not the sun, the actual star in the sky, but he is a star. So I find that interesting. So I'm also thinking that this is not, because this doesn't have to even be on Earth. I mean, this could be a completely different planet here. And it feels like that using the Zeke's Arcana, because it is very spacey and otherworldly. And so maybe this solar system, star system, maybe there are more than one star. Maybe there's more than one star, more than one sun. That's a potential. I could also see this as a star that's a bit distant from. I am literally thinking of it as the star. So maybe the hanged one here, the sun's heart. It feels a disconnect from his father because he's so distant. Maybe he's like he is one of the stars in the sky, basically. So far off and kind of distant and not really there with the family, but maybe he still exudes wisdom and brings a guiding light. That's kind of he does bring some hope and stuff to the family, to his adherents, to his people. So there we go. All right, so the final card, we have the court card that represents him, which is the Queen of Swords. Truthful if blunt, and maybe cold and distant. He resides over something far off in the distant, something almost unreachable, but still kind of watches over. So what is the relationship between this King of Swords god here and his son, the hanged one here, the sun heart? All right, so we have the Six of Wands. So I feel like his father, he's just too distant and far off, so there's a disconnect. However, when he is around, it is something that, he does, he can be a bit of a hype man, and that's kind of how I'm thinking about it here. So the Six of Wands, there is a hype man sort of energy here, but I actually sort of feel like, what I feel like the hanged one feels like that they can't live up to his father or their father's like energy, their father's power and influence, and so I feel like that's what I'm getting here. So, and finally, I want to close off this this relationship with the father and come up with a name for him too. So I'm going to move these cards up, and I might have to just lay the cards over here. But all right, so I'm going to shuffle a bit here, and I'm going to pull 3 cards to represent the father's name. Or no, 2 cards, sorry. 2 cards to represent the father's name. And you guys can help me out if people actually follow this and whatever. So the 2 cards to represent the father, we have the ring, commitments, and anchor. Oh, wow. The ring and the anchor. Wow. So the ring is all about commitments, and it's like contracts and following through with them. And so, I mean, I feel like this deity has a lot of morals. And yeah, so there's a lot of right and wrong going on here, and he's very stubborn, very anchored. So come up with a name for him if you want down below. Ring an anchor for this deity's father. All right, so let's do the mother. So I did decide to keep the cards I already pulled for the father out. If I could have kept them in, and maybe we would have repeated cards, which could be interesting. But I've decided to pull those cards out. And yeah. All right. So the mother right here. Ooh, the Queen of Cups. Now, we could also think of this as a same-sex couple. Like, you know, the father-type figure is the Queen of Swords. The mother-type figure is the Queen of Cups. So, yeah, we could think of that like that. But I'm going into this with a male father and a female mother in mind, just for this reading anyway. And I already went into this thinking no matter what cards I pull, as far as the court cards, those genders would be what they are. But yeah, that was confusing. But anyway, and the final card pull that I do, I'm just gonna use my intuition as to what the gender is on that entity. So the Queen of Cups here, representing the mother, I mean, that is like very nurturing. I think this Queen of Cups, this mother, really is an emotional support, and maybe she really is a sort of emotional type of goddess. And yeah, so let's talk about her domain, you know, and what she's kind of the goddess of, or what she sort of rules over, some character trait about her, basically. And that is the Wheel of Fortune. So I almost feel like she's like things will happen as they happen, very you know, dreamy, and like you know, she almost makes me think of a goddess of like time or something like that. And so she's compassionate, but you know, a goddess of time is, you know, time is what it is. And I think she tries to bring some compassion to that, because time can be really, really cruel. and I think she kind of helps people approach her adherents, approach the passing of time with compassion and understanding, and giving grace for things. So I feel like this deity's mother is very compassionate. And so what is their relationship like? And we have the Minor Arcana here. All right, one more shuffle. All right, and I think near the beginning. Here we go. Okay, I think that this deity feels like there's just one of too many. I feel like this Queen of Cups mother has so much going on. Like, even this Wheel of Fortune card, it's almost like a 10 of Wands sort of energy. You know, like time is on her back. Like there's so much that she's got to keep in check, and she is a very compassionate deity. But I think this her child here feels like she's always giving to others. And this child is just like one of many that she's got to try to focus out her attention on. And I mean, this is the Wheel of Fortune, but it does feel very 10 of Wands to me. But it's just got that element of time going for it there. So she just doesn't have the time, or the time to deal with every single adherent or every single child she has. So let's come up with a name for her. That is their relationship there. Okay. So a name for the mother. We have Writer. Always going out Writer and bouquet and giving gifts. Wow. So yeah, and and I am sort of connecting that to, let me move these up a little bit. There we go. I'm connecting this to that Ace of Pentacles card, this deity's abilities. He bestows gifts, so I think he gets that from his mother. And remember, he wants to be, his goals are the King of Cups. So maybe he really admires his mother, just feels like he doesn't get as much of her gifts as he would like. And I think I have sort of felt like this deity is he. So I've kind of been going back and forth between he and they, but it doesn't feel like it's a she. So yeah, anyway, so yeah, and I think this deity wants to be like his mother. Yeah, admires her, his mother, and wants more attention from her. So there we go. All right, so one more reading, and the next one is going to be another being in this deity's life. Yeah, it could be a sibling, it could be a cousin, it could be someone not even related to them, it could be an adherent. But I don't think, yeah, I don't think it's going to be an adherent, but I think it's going to be a divine being, some other divine being that's somehow important in this deity's life. So we got the father and the mother, and this is of undetermined gender here. Whoops. Maybe this one wants to come out. We'll do that one. Queen of Wands. Okay. Interesting. Oh my God. I immediately got grandmother vibes from this. And I mean, we're finally seeing some of that fiery energy of this family with this Queen of Wands here. And I am connecting it to like a grandmother. So a grandmother type of energy. I don't know if it's what side it's on, but this is grandmotherly energy to me, and very yeah, very passionate. Very, very passionate. So we didn't get the King of Torches. That was the one that we were watching out for. So yeah, and maybe this is a grandfather figure. Who knows? But here we have a grandmother figure. And what does she rule over? I grabbed the wrong pile again. So like, it's very annoying. I keep grabbing the big pile thinking it's the major arcana, but of course the big pile is all the minors. All right, so what does this grandmother figure rule over? All right, the Tower. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right, so before I kind of come up with something for that, I want to pull the card over here to kind of see what their relationship is like. So what is the relationship like between this deity and their and his grandmother here? What is this relationship like? Wow, this has got to be like a goddess of like war or something. So I'm just shuffling a bit, and I'll pull a random card. All right. Okay, we have, the Two of Cups. So these two are like kindred spirits almost, which is so funny because in our original reading, the Hanged One here, feels like they don't quite belong. And there's so much fiery energy in his family. They're in some sort of hot climate. It's possibly with a multiple stars system, maybe. Or it's on Earth, but in a really hot climate or something. There's a lot of fiery deities surrounding this person or this deity here, and surrounding this god here. There's all sorts of fire gods and goddesses. And all they want is this King of Cups energy. So, so you would think that they would have a bit more of a contentious relationship with this Queen of Wands, who kind of brings destruction. And I don't think it's war. I think it's more destruction, like, and really shakes things up. So they are a bit of kindred spirits, because I think she understands him. I think she understands that he doesn't feel like he belongs in the system. And so she wants to kind of like, she's always like bringing about the revolution. Okay, so we're going to go in a positive direction with that tower. So all right, so let's come up with a name with this deity here, this goddess. So what is her name? We have, ooh, just person here, so one of the person cards, and we have writer. So okay, so I think this deity is the mother of his mother. So it's a maternal grandmother. So it's connected there somehow. So person, which is really almost blank, like almost like fill in the blank sort of thing. Very interesting. And then writer. I'm really connecting that to because I put all the cards back into this one, but yeah, so I'm stumped for that. You know, I really connected that here with the mother, original mother there, but yeah, I'm not sure what I would even call this deity based on these cards. So that's really interesting. I'm really interested to see what you guys maybe come up with these names. But yeah, all right. So that was really fun. I did, yeah. So this was part 2 in the tarot myth making. This is a tag that I started. I mean, you guys can do your own sort of versions of these. You don't even have to follow my what I'm doing. I'm just doing this for fun. And a lot of these videos I'm coming up with like on the spot, as I did with this one. If you do decide to create your own myth and using my tag tarot myth making, be creative with it. You know? And I would really love to see other people's stories and what they come up with. All right, so the next video, oh gosh, maybe I'll come up with a story. Maybe we'll, you know, and hopefully I'll have some comments, but you know, I have like 5 followers, so you know, like, so I don't usually get a lot of comments, but you know, I'll pick a name if someone does comment, and I'll go with those names for the next video if I have one, and maybe we'll come up with a story, and I'll try to figure something out. All right, thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I will see you next time. Bye.